Blessed day to you all. My name is Peter Lino from Sydney, Australia. Welcome to Pathways of Hope. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most exciting topics in scriptures, taxes. I could almost imagine the puzzled look on your faces. On the contrary, I'm almost certain that a discussion on taxes is not something we look forward to, let alone having to pay them. Jesus, though, in our gospel today, uses this very human reality to communicate some fundamental Christian lessons to his disciples back then and now. And I read from Matthew 17, verses 24 to 27. When they came to Capernaum, the collectors of the temple tax approached Peter and said, "Does not your teacher pay the temple tax?" "Yes," he said. When he came into the house, before he had even had time to speak, Jesus asked him, "What is your opinion, Simon? From whom do the kings of the earth take tolls or census tax? From their subjects or from foreigners?" When he said from foreigners, Jesus said to him, "Then the subjects are exempt. But that we may not offend them, go to the sea, drop in a hook, and take the first fish that comes up. Open its mouth, and you will find a coin worth twice the temple tax. Give that to them for me and for you." In his exchange with Peter, he clarifies that his disciples who are subjects of the kingdom of heaven are not bound by laws applying to foreigners, those who are not of the kingdom, and therefore should be exempt from paying this temple tax. In order not to offend the tax collectors, he directed them to pay the tax, for which they did, through the coin from the fish, valued twice more than that which they were meant to pay. Taxes represent the many things we have to contend with here now in our earthly lives. Whilst we could argue that we belong to the kingdom of heaven, and therefore we should be exempt from all of these, Jesus exhorts us to do what is required, giving not just the bare minimum, but in fact, twice over, or going over and beyond. Before you start thinking that I'm encouraging you to pay double your taxes, let me clarify that what I'm referring to is the way we approach our day-to-day lives, the way we live our Christian lives, wherever God has placed us right now. We work because we need to provide for our families and ourselves. We, however, can go beyond this and use our work and our livelihood to be the salt and the light to the people we meet at our workplaces or through our business dealings. As parents, our goal is not just to raise our children to have a career and or a family of their own. Rather, we want to raise them to be Christian men and women who too will be disciples on mission. If you're a student, and thank be to God, you're still not required to pay any taxes, God calls you to do your best and use your studies to prepare you for the career or vocation He has in store for you. Don't just breeze through student life as a passing stage for bigger and better things in life. Rather, seize every opportunity to be a life-changing influencer to your university classmates and friends. From 1 Timothy 4, verse 12, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity." We all have some form of tax or earthly obligations. As men and women of the kingdom of God, we are called to go over and beyond what is simply required. Just like anything else in our lives now on this earth, taxes included, they're not easy to deal with. It's in fact tempting to take shortcuts, and at times, we would rather avoid them if possible. Let us take courage in the thought that in the same way Jesus instructed Peter to go to the sea, drop in the hook, and take the first fish that comes, open its mouth, and you will find a coin. Trusting in Jesus, we too need to go out to sea and drop in our hooks. we need to trust Jesus and act. He will provide. He will provide us with the grace, strength, courage, and wisdom to navigate through the many concerns in this earthly kingdom, preparing us for a time in our heavenly kingdom. May you all have a blessed day.